Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another shiny tier list video. In this one we are doing none other than Gen 6. You know how this goes. I just rank shiny Pokemon based on their shiny quality and their aesthetic, their shiny aesthetic, and determine whether they're good shinies or not. Anyway, let's get into it. Starting off with none other than Chespin. I've said in previous generations that I feel like they don't take big swings when it comes to the starters, and I think that is the opposite with this generation, which is a lovely change of pace. I think changing the hat color from like green to this, I don't know, like reddish brown, I think looks fun. It makes it look cute. It makes it kind of feel like a different Pokemon. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. I think it's well done. Now, Quilladin. You know, I'm not particularly a fan of Quilladin at face value, so I think that's something that is kind of holding me back, but I still think it's a cute design. It's a fun change from what it used to be, and for that, I think I'm going to put it in B tier as well. Chestnut is one of those Pokemon where I've had, like, I don't know, a change of heart with, where in the past I used to think it was an ugly design and it looked dumb, but now I kind of like it, and I definitely think that, like, the green shell, like spiky hard exterior looks cool. I like how this looks. He looks like a Pokemon you would find at a hiking supply store. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a positive in my eyes. So we're gonna put him in A tier. Then we move on to none other than Fennekin, which I think this gray is cute. I'll be honest, I don't know why I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I'm not particularly blown away, and I feel like other Pokemon with this color palette have been exciting for me, but this is not one of those cases. But I still like it, so I'm going to put him in B tier. Braixen. Okay, well, Braixen and Delphox have a very similar color palette, so I'm going to put Braixen in B tier, and then Delphox, I think, you know, I think it looks better, so I'm going to put it in A tier. I think I'm just not particularly, I don't know, I like that it's a big change in color, but I just don't entirely love the colors that they picked, or at least the shade of the colors that they picked, and I think that's what's sort of holding me back from being more emphatic about them or enthusiastic. Froakie. Okay, I think Froakie looks very cute. I have a Froakie in my Cobblemon series. If you've watched any of those videos, I think the pale Froakie looks very cute, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Frogadier, I think, is a little less, the change is a little less noticeable in Frogadier, so that's why I think I'm gonna put Frogadier in B tier. That was an unexpected rhyme. And then I think Shiny Greninja is an easy S tier. I think the all black and then like bright red tongue looks really cool. It's an effective color palette. It, you know, I think it's just very fitting for a sleek, like fast Pokemon. So I'm gonna say S tier. I really like it. Bunnelby. How do I feel about, you know, good old Bunnelby? I don't particularly like normal Bunnelby, but I think this switch to like all gray, but I mean obviously different shades of gray, is nice. So I'm gonna actually say B tier because I like it better than the original, and I think that's something worth noting. Diggersby. Again, this is a challenge because I just don't like the design of the Pokemon, period, but I do think it looks better, so I think normally I would put Diggersby in D tier, but its shiny is a little better, so it's going in C tier. Now, Fletchling is another Pokemon that I have in my Cobblemon series. I think I've had Fletchling in different games. I like Fletchling, but this shiny is admittedly very boring. I'm sorry, but it is going to end up in D tier. I think Fletchinder, like, I can see the difference. I'm just not amused by it. I'm going to say B tier. But even though, because the only thing that's different is like their like wings and their belly is like, instead of being gray, it's like a light brown color, which I like, but it's just not very different from the original, which is kind of boring to me. Talonflame, I actually like how it looks on Talonflame, maybe just because it takes up more of his body color, like it includes more of his torso and his wings, and so I like it in that case, and so I'm going to say B tier for Talonflame. Now, Scatterbug. I think this version of Scatterbug looks very silly and it looks fun. He looks like he's dressed up as a ghost for Halloween, and I think that is so cute. I'm going to put it in B tier. I've said before how I don't necessarily need a Pokemon to be a completely different color from its original. Like sometimes they can just switch around the original colors and that's very effective, and I think that's the case with Spewpun and Scatterbug, and so I'm going to put Spewpun in B tier as well. I don't know, I just think they look funny. Like they look like they're dressed up as like ghosts for Halloween or something. Unfortunately for Vivillon, the change in like from like a dark to a lighter color, like the switching around, it just isn't as noticeable, and I find it kind of boring. I'll be honest, I don't think I would have noticed this was a shiny, and I also think Vivillon is at a disadvantage because its whole thing is like there's different forms of Vivillon with different color wings, and so that sort of detracts from, like, you know, I think its base design sort of is more apparent than its change in shininess. I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. The wings aren't different. Like, I think these are just standard Vivillon wings is what I'm getting at. Litleo. I'm gonna be honest, I hate Litleo. Litleo like creeps me out. Like when I look at it, there's just something not right about it. Like it looks like bad taxidermy, I think is what puts me off. Like it looks, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of a Alolan Persian, which I also hate. I think they both just look like, not Uncanny Valley, but like, because I recognize that they're like little cartoony cats, but they look kind of just like, I don't know, like if you've ever seen pictures of bad taxidermy, that's what they look like. So anyway, moving on to Pyroar, which I actually have a shiny Pyroar, which is why I feel so confident putting them both in D tier, because I could not have cared less when I got a shiny Pyroar. I mean, I was like, oh, cool, a shiny, but I was like, damn, my shiny odds were, you know, wasted on a Pyroar. Yawn, who cares? Moving on to none other than Flabébé. I'm confused. What is different about you? Sorry, Flabébé. I actually, I guess if you're at this point, then maybe you're someone who actually, you know, sticks around and cares about my video. So I'll give a little, you know, I guess behind the scenes talk. It's not that serious. I don't know why I'm calling it that. I've started, completing my Pokedex in Pokemon Violet so that I could do shiny hunting videos. So I don't know if anyone cares to see that. I'm just excited to do it. It's an arduous process, but I'm almost done. Anyway, moving on to Floette. Okay, there's two versions of Floette. I like this one. I'm going to put it in B tier, and then I think this one also goes in B tier. I think they're both cute, but I'm kind of struggling because I think the only difference was that the little like tail and eyelashes, I don't know what to call those, and its little like ear loop are different colors. I don't know. I think it looks cute. Florges, which is a Pokemon I'm a big fan of aesthetically. I'm going to say this is a very effective shiny. I like the change from the green body, tail, leaf thingies from green to purple. I think it's a good look. I like it. It makes it look like a bouquet. Oh boy. Skiddo. I see the differences. I see that the horn is gold instead of black, and so is its nose, and the foliage on its neck is lighter. I hate to say it, I think it looks worse. I think these are changes for the worse, and same with Coco, because I mean it's the same aesthetic changes. I also noticed that they made his like forehead, ear, body color not like, I don't know, it looks bad, my friends. What can I say? Is anyone really gonna go to bat for Go-Go or Skiddo? Like, you know, maybe I'll be surprised, but like, I don't know. I just don't like them. Pancham. This is a very, 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 very minimal change. It's like from a dark gray to a like a cocoa brown, like a hot chocolate brown. I guess. And then in this one, same difference, and then its hands are red. Its hands are red. I don't know. They're not awful like these two, but they're underwhelming, so I don't know. Furfro. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like Furfro's design originally, and I don't think that like, oh wait, what did I just do? Did I just pull this out of? I don't think that the switcheroo from like what they did with Spupa and Scatterbug, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know, I don't really like Furfro as a Pokemon. I think that's the bigger issue at play here. Esper. Okay, so it's a light pink instead of like a dark blue gray. I'll be honest, I don't like it. Like, it kind of looks like a baby that like you know when babies like get really worked up and they cry like very intensely and they get all like red and their eyes are all red. Like, it looks scary, and that's what it reminds me of. I keep giving weird examples, but like I can't help the ideas that come to my mind where I'm like, there's something wrong about this, and when I think about that disturbed feeling that I have, I'm able to like find an explanation. So I don't know. Meowstic. So originally it's like what, like a navy blue and a white, and now it's white and a very pale yellow. I'm gonna put this one in B tier and then this one in C tier. I think this one's objectively worse, but this one's kind of fun. Oh boy, Honedge and Double Aid and Aegislash. I'll admit these are nicer colors than the original forms. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it's Aegislash. Not that bad. Another thing I wanted to point out is like sometimes when I'm recording these videos, I have a really hard time saying some Pokemon's names, and then when I'm like in my day-to-day life, if I like I'm talking about a Pokemon or something, I can easily say their names and I'm like, what is going on? Like Reuniclus, I was like, why was I struggling with that so much? Or Alomalola, did I even say that right? I don't know, but I was like, why were you struggling with that so much? I don't know. And it's not even like, maybe your thought would be like, oh, maybe you get nervous when you record. I don't. I'm like by myself. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Anyway, Spritzy. I'm not particularly a fan of Spritzy in its normal form, but I think this form is really fun. I like the purple. I'm going to put it in B tier. And then Aromatisse. I actually really like that. I'm putting it in A tier, surprisingly. Swirlix. This is supposed to be like a dessert Pokemon, right? Like, it looks more edible. B tier. And then I actually think that Slurpuff looks really cute. I like that they made like the little cherry thing on its head darker. I don't know, it just looks more like a dessert to me, and I think it looks really cute. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Aw, Inkay, my boy. Oof. This is really bad. I love Inkay. I think Inkay's really cute. He is, watered down by his evolution in Malamar, but nonetheless, I love Inkay. This shiny is awful. Why they chose that color for his body is so dumbfounding. Is that a word? Leaves me dumbfounded. Right. I don't know. I don't like it is what I'm trying to say. Malamar, where you belong, D tier. Pinnacle. I actually don't mind this, oddly enough. I like the more fluorescent look of its colors, and same with Barbacle, whatever. I don't know. I like both of them weirdly, so I'm gonna say B tier. Scralp. Okay, so there's not a big change in Scralp. This is like a more purpley brown than it is just like a I don't know, like I said, a hot chocolate brown. And then it's like little face features and belly features instead of being purple or blue now. I think it's fine. I like these two Pokemon, Dragalge, but I think it'd be cool to have a shiny Dragalge for the sake of having a shiny Dragalge, but I don't think this is like quite S tier, but I do think it's really cool. I don't know, I like it, but it's like, I wish it was a little more different. I wish there was something else to it, but I do think changing it's like this from red to green I think is cool. And it's consistent with this one where instead of being purple, it's blue and it's like body parts. Clauncher, I actually think this is a way cuter form of Clauncher. I like normal Clauncher, or Clauncher too, but something about it being red just, feels right about, right to me. It being like a little like crawfish. I don't know. I just think it's cute. And Claws are. Am I willing to say this is S tier? No, I'm gonna say it's A tier. I think it's very cute. I like it, but it's not quite at S tier for me. Helioptile. It's not better, but it's not awful. I don't know. It's kind of ugly. And then, this looks actively worse for Heliolisk. I don't know. Who cares? Tyrant. So from brown to blue, I actually think that's kind of cute. I'm going to say B tier for Tyrant, and then Tyrantrum, which I think is such a funny name. I'm going to say A tier. I think it's very fun. Amara. So from blue to white. I don't particularly love it. It makes it look kind of like creepy to me, but not in like a fun way. So I'm gonna say B tier. And then I think the white looks better on Aurorus. And so I'm gonna say A tier for Aurorus. I like it. Ooh, shiny Sylveon. I've got to admit, not that big of a change, but an effective one. I'm gonna say S tier. It looks really cool. I like it. It's the same color palette, but switched up in an interesting way. So easy S tier for me. Hawlucha. Oh boy. What an ugly thing. Do I like this better than the original? Kind of. It makes it look like a ghost Pokemon, so I'm going to say B tier. Deten? I'm going to say Deten. Maybe I should look it up. Alright, the internet has led me to believe that this thing's name is pronounced Detene. I'm almost... I'm on the precipice, I'm on the edge of saying this is S tier, but it's not quite there. But I think this is so adorable. I usually don't care for this Pokemon or pay attention to it. This version is so freaking cute. I'm going to say A tier. Great upgrade. Carbink. I don't like it, but I do think this dark version is better than the original version, so I'm going to say B tier. Then we move on to the gooey Pokemon, starting off with Goomy. Do I like this lighter color on Goomy? It's fine. I'm gonna say B tier. Sliggoo looks kind of creepy. Its eyes being dark like that are not a nice look, so I'm gonna say B tier. And then Goodra, I'm gonna say A tier. I think the colors sort of even themselves out once they get to Goodra. Klefki. Guys, my initial reaction is just to put this in S tier. I think Klefki's so cute. And I think it's fun that they changed it from a silver ring to a gold ring. I'm gonna say A tier. You know, like it or not. Phantom. I think this is a really fun change for Phantom. I'm gonna say S tier for me. I like that they changed the color of the eyes from red to blue. I like the change of like the tree stump itself being a different color, and then the foliage being like a more fall color. It makes him look more like haunted. I don't know. I think it's a great change. I like Trevenant's change too, but I just think it's more effective on Phantom, so I'm gonna put Trevenant in A tier. Pumpkaboo. Normally, I do not really care for this Pokemon. I don't like its color palette, but I think this looks great. I'm gonna put Pumpkaboo in A tier, and then this one's just kind of weird looking. I don't like its weird. I don't know. This is just. I don't like these long strands. I don't know if it's its hands or its hair. I'm gonna say B tier for this one. It's not awful. I just don't like it. Bergamite. So instead of was it like a whitish blue? It's yellow now. I hate that I'm even referencing this, but it makes me think of like yellow snow, which I don't like. I'm gonna say C tier, but like the color palette itself doesn't look bad, but I just don't like it. This one is where it looks a little better. I'm gonna say B tier for Avalok. Oh my gosh, shiny Noibat. Are you freaking kidding me? That's an easy S tier. The change from like a purple color palette to like this blue, green, and black looks so freaking cool. I want a shiny Noibat now, like more than anything now. So yeah, that's an easy S tier. That looks incredible. I think Noivern looks good too, but a little less so than Noibat, and so I'm just gonna say A tier. But like, I want that shiny Noibat. It is so freaking cute. What is this thing's name? Xerneas. I actually like the original better, but this is not bad. But I'm gonna put it in B tier, and then Yveltal. I don't know. I actually don't like how that looks. I think it looks bad. It looks weird. It looks like in an anatomy book, like when they like show you what's underneath the skin, and you could just see like the musculature of like a human body. That's what it kind of looks like, which maybe would sound cool, but it just doesn't look cool. And then Zygarde, and it's, I guess, 3 different forms. Okay, that's how I feel. And then Diancie. I actually think this is not that bad. I'm going to say B tier. Hoopa. I actually think this looks very cool. It's almost an S tier to me, but it almost is a little tacky. Like it's a little gaudy looking, but I think it still looks cool. I'm going to put that version of Hoopa in A tier, and then this one can go in B tier, and then Volcanion. This looks like it like something that you would see in Las Vegas, and I don't mean that as a compliment. I'm going to put it in C tier. I think Volcanion deserved a different color palette, and I think the all gold makes sense for Hoopa, but not so much for Volcanion in my opinion, so I don't know. I don't really like it. And then, what is this? Mega Evolution or something? Of Greninja. I mean, I already put normal Greninja in S tier. I don't really think I care to rank that. You already know how I feel about Greninja. So yeah, that is going to be, I mean, I guess that's the entire list. I don't really have to scroll up. It's just there. This isn't a very Pokemon dense generation. But yeah, that is the list. You know, if you agree with it, great taste. If you don't, maybe start the video over again and reconsider. Even if you agree with it, start the video over again and be like, wow, this is such a great video. Wow, I love this. You're so funny. You're so relaxing. Please make more videos. You're the only YouTuber I'll ever watch. I'm unsubscribing from everyone else and only watching your videos. I have notifications turned on for your videos. I tell all my friends about your videos. You know, stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, my friends. Until next time, bye.